We are here today with Isgar from DOL Events in our Bring Your Game On series, where we introduce all kinds of games around the world. And Isgar is going to introduce an amazing game they built today. So thank you for joining us.
Hello Lisa, how are you? Good to have you here. Nice to talk to you. My name is Isgar Bos. I'm the creative director of DOL Events. And we have been talking with many companies that have problems with onboarding and to keep people happy at work. Especially in the Netherlands, where I'm from, we are a Dutch-based company. We have noticed that people are switching a lot from one job to the other because they're not feeling at home, or they feel they don't have enough enough training to start a job well. And still people are working at home and not working at the office, so it's harder to get contact with other people. And therefore we have jumped in to help these companies, and it is going to be very successful. Let's keep it to that.
Mm-hmm. Okay, what is the name of the game product you are talking about today?
We call it our game is called Playful Onboarding. Because in one sense it's serious, onboarding is a serious topic. On the other hand, it has to be playful because we feel that's where we come from. We come from a playful background, and playfulness helps people in general to focus more and to have more fun and be more enjoying the process.
So how is this onboarding game played?
The onboarding game is not actually, we don't call it a game, and that's also the uniqueness of it. It's more a tool to help companies to organize their entire onboarding. It could be 1 hour, it could be 1 day, it could be 1 week. Obviously, we built the game together with the clients. We have a framework that we use. The framework includes basically an integration, which is new onboarders meeting each other, meeting some staff. That could be a 1 or 2 hour game or event, but it goes much further. You have also orientation, so where people are having a round table topic with department heads, and they will get a better orientation of the company. And we do integration. And integration is where you literally go to your direct peers and do together tasks. So these are the steps that we have organized for 1 day, but thereafter, which you call the basic block. And thereafter, you can add more tools to it, like, for example, cybersecurity.
So can you tell me what it means for the player, how they will play it? Do they have to move around? What devices they have to use? Do they need pen and paper or just a smartphone?
No, the great thing about Loquiz is they said you play it on the phone, and everybody has a phone with him or her, so it's easy to play. In case that it's a hybrid game, so in the case that you want to have people joining from home, you will need to have obviously a Zoom or MS Teams or whatever connection. People that are in the office can only use their phone, and they will be guided. So the phone becomes like a guide for the day or for the week on tasks they have to do. And we talk with the HR departments to organize these tasks with other people within the company. Let's say you have a meeting with John next week at 5 o'clock. John has known he has got this meeting. You as an onboarding will receive a notification that you will have this meeting, and you will do tasks with John. That's just an example. If you want to learn, if you have a training on cybersecurity, it is organized that you will do this cybersecurity training, let's say on Monday, 3 o'clock, and you will do the training.
How is this game useful and unique compared to other onboarding?
Sorry, I didn't hear you very well.
How is this game cool and unique compared to other onboarding methods?
Well, we believe it's very unique because it is extremely flexible. Not only you can choose to only select a 1 hour event, or you can select a 1 week or even a 1 month event, which is basically not an event anymore. It's just an entire training and an entire setup. There is we studied with people that are specialists in onboarding what is the best way in onboarding, and we have applied this strategy in our game and in our tool. So our game, I don't like the word game so much, it's more like a tool. Our tool is has justification, finds its justification within the people that know about what is the best way of onboarding, and we have used that. So if you only want to do an introduction because you already have some sort of a onboarding event, we can also just talk with you and talk about how you could make your onboarding process better, have a better flow. The game is used, or the tool is used, the phone is used to connect all your onboarding activities into one place. So instead of having it now, you have some activity on a Tuesday, some activity on a Wednesday, but it's a different department. Now you can put all these events and all these activities in one place. Mm-hmm. So we are organizing the onboarding process for companies from A to Z, which is unique. We have not seen that so far in Loquiz, and we think we are so far the only people that are doing it this way.
Are there any goals within this gamified tool, meaning that they have to get a certain score?
Yeah, well, we have levels. If you want, there will be levels. Level 1 is a starting basic level, and level 2 will be a little bit advanced, and level 3 will be superior. There is a storyline within the onboarding that we adjust, which allows you to grow and gives you the feeling that you are growing, and you also see how you are growing graphically, which is really fun. So there is some sort of scoring, but we're not using points. We're using more graphic visualizations as to how far you're in your development.
What companies this tool suits for? How big? What type of industries?
We cannot disclose the companies that we are working with, but we can tell you that we have companies from 10,000 people to 500 people, 100 people. Only 100 people. So it depends. Obviously, the game is suitable for onboarding one person or onboarding groups of people, because some companies are onboarding once a month a group of people. Some companies are onboarding one person at a time. It's a different approach. But still, to make it exciting for this one person, we have a solution for that as well.
Okay, so I understand you have been running this for a while with different brands and companies, but you cannot mention any of them. Mm-hmm.
No. Mm-hmm. Okay. Correct, yeah.
Now about the content, each gamified experience or tool is as good as its content. Do you have any favorite tasks you can recall and you really find fun and or interesting or really well educating yourself? What do you enjoy? Like a specific.
Well, in general, I enjoy the fun of making the games and seeing the people smiling when they're doing it. There is not one item that I like. I like the cybersecurity training a lot, which is kind of maybe because I loved James Bond when I was young. So there's a really funny assignments in there, but also the questions you have to ask when you're sitting on a round table, which is really fun. For example, describe yourself in three nouns. Why it is great to be you. These are fantastic questions to get an icebreaker going. But I think the strength of our tool is the total organization behind it, rather than the individual questions. So the individual questions, they are very good, but we adjust them a lot with clients. So some clients want to focus on a certain topic. So we don't have an off-the-shelf solution for our clients. We talk to them, we interview with them, and we want to know what is important to them, what is important for the client that the onboarder is learning during the 1 hour, one day or 1 week. And these are very different demands we have figured. What I can do is I can show you a few screenshots of a PowerPoint that we are sending around. That gives you a little bit of an idea. It is very rudimentary. It's nothing special. Let me try to share my screen here. Yes. I am on it right now. that is the PowerPoint presentation. Let's see to do that. Okay, here you have a slide how it works. Or this is the orientation phase. Well, obviously the onboarder has to sign up. You do your first name and your last name, so the company knows which person it is. Then you have an introduction, which is quite, I think, is quite explanatory. Companies can add their own company name in here. They can also add more specific information here that they want. This was done for a Dutch company that has locations at that's the third slide or the third image that you see, where you see the red dots. These are locations of where the company has its offices. So we said, okay, this will be an interesting, easy way for the onboarder to know, okay, there is, in this case, 7 locations. The company has 7 locations in the Netherlands, and this is already one piece of information that the onboarder gets, but even don't getting the info, not being told that, but just realizing, okay, these are all locations where we are working. And one of the questions that this company wanted was something of the background of the people, so we introduced share with you a picture of your youth, if you can find or make a drawing of it. You share it with the people. This was for a group of people. Let's see then. This is just the orientation, and you have the round table. The round table is done by one onboarder. There's one person who is talking with 3 other persons from different departments. We have noticed that if people are working, get to know people from different departments, not their own department, they will feel better and will more easily maneuver and move themselves through a company. So you will have one onboarder will be talking with 3 department heads or 3 department managers, and will ask questions. And in the second slide, you will see a few icebreaker questions that could be asked. Again, we discuss this with the client. What does the client want to be asked? What needs to be highlighted during this session? And after this level, this is then level 2. You can go to level 3, and this is the way we build it up. You will have a visualization of mostly of an animal that is growing, which shows you how far you're in your development. The integration is the part where you're meeting your direct peers. And here you see the company floor plan. Let's say you are working in the second level of a company, and you see here the floor plan, and you see where Sophie is sitting, and you have a meeting with her at 4 o'clock. Sophie, of course, is informed by the HR department, so she knows it. She will log in as well. And together you will either do it online or offline. You do a couple of tasks together. It's a 7-minute integration, and based on this, you're having a more in-depth knowledge of the person that you are going to work with on a daily basis. And this is a way to feel more at home much faster. It works really well. So these are the few slides I wanted to share with you. The first slide I don't have, but I will send it to you later on, which gives you an overview of all the items that we have at the beginning of the program. If you decide to go with us for like a 1-week program, which is different than a one day program or 1 hour program.
Okay, nice.
Thank you. It sounds like highly customized and
a game which involves human interaction also.
Yes, and we are focusing on. We are focusing on games that are made, or tools that are made for each company specifically. So we don't have off-the-shelf solutions. We don't believe in that, and we think it's more fun. You have more time working with a client, and it allows you to build up a nice client relationship that probably leads you also to selling different products later on. So very often we see clients using going with a one day solution, and later on they are coming and say, well, maybe you want to have an additional task for your guys, like the cybersecurity game or the harassment game. So these are different options that are done. You can grow with the company, which is really nice.
What kind of features of Loquiz actually you like or make this game work? Without what features, if you didn't have them, you couldn't do this game?
Yeah, I thought about this. I saw this question in your list, and I know we know this is an interview that has been prepared. So that, and I was thinking, well, what do I like about Loquiz? It's not just one feature that I like about Loquiz. I think Loquiz allows us to combine a lot of things. It allows us to be very flexible, especially the fact that it is based on the phone base. It works really well for us, and you have, well, let me say, I think the playgrounds are probably at this moment, the most interesting tool to use, because it gives you, you can give it one image, you can do a lot of things. I think playgrounds, if I have to choose one, I will probably choose for playgrounds. But again, just the flexibility that Loquiz is offering is, in general, much better and higher than the flexibility we find in other competitive providers.
Thank you. Now, thinking about the game, in which countries and in what languages you are able to run this?
Well, at the moment we have the game. We have clients that speak English, and we have Dutch-speaking clients. So far we do it in 2 countries. Actually, we do it in more countries. We do it in English-speaking countries, and we do it in Dutch-speaking countries. So basically, the Netherlands and a few English-speaking countries.
So you are able to do this outside of Netherlands too?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, and in the Netherlands, there's also quite a few companies that want to have the English-speaking solution or the English solution. So we already from very early onwards, we started to make it bilingual in two languages.
So if someone is interested, then we will put the contacts below the video in the description, and they can reach out to you and have a discussion about their case.
Fantastic. I will give you the best contact details. I will send them to you to reach out to me. People are always interesting to talk with clients and see how we can work together better. I think this is we are living in a world where we need, especially as small to medium-sized companies, we should try to work together as much as possible.
But again, thank you for joining us here today, and I hope you have a really cool season ahead, and I really hope to see you future with other games you are running in this video series, and maybe you can introduce them too.
Okay, Lisa, thank you for your time. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to do this interview, and we keep in contact. Have a nice day now. Bye bye.
You too. Bye bye.
Bye bye.